the block. So here they come. Finally, sheriff's office. I figured out what these guys are up to and what they're trying to do to me. And I was going to have to call the Gangland Task Force if they didn't show up. Move, boy. Or girl. Move, girl. How's it going, guys?
Not much. What's going on?
No, I got a puppy here.
Okay.
So,
Looks like a friendly puppy.
yeah, I was asleep. I normally sleep during the day. Come on in.
Okay.
He is a friendly puppy.
What's his name?
It's a female, but my daughter
sorry.
named it a boy's name. No, it's all right, because I keep calling it a boy, too, because she named him Oliver.
My two labs are going to go crazy when I get home.
I've been robbed. My lock was open
Okay.
when I got home, and I was like, what the heck? How's my lock open? And then I came in, and my door had been pried open because I only closed the bottom one
Right.
when I went for a walk. Hey! Oh, it's all right, man. I thought,
I don't know if I parked.
oh, it's all right. No, that's all right.
It's all good.
I've been robbed, and I called the PD before about the robbery. These guys came in, Glenn McCary, Luna Rashamiri. He brought in his cousin Earl. He brought in all these people when I got home because we were in the sheriff's office together. And I let him stay in my basement.
In county jail?
Yeah, in county jail.
Okay.
And I let him stay in my basement because he said that he had lupus and he was dying. And I felt bad for him.
Sure.
And I let him stay in my basement and I couldn't figure out what's going on. And I go and I get home and all my stuff's trashed when I get out of jail. So somebody come in here and robbed me. So I reported it to the insurance company, and the insurance company told me to call out the PD
Okay.
and report everything. Glenn McCary was here with me, and I've got
Now, who's this Glenn guy?
Glenn McCary,
Uh-huh.
and he's part of the Hells Angels, and that's a problem because he's in with Sherry Mills and Ken Mills, who are, you know who they are, so I don't have to tell you. Anyway, all my stuff was all over the place, stuff in the attic, my floorboards were ripped up. You don't even want to know. That video is already out there on Facebook and YouTube. And when I told the insurance, I'm going to go through everything and find out what's going on. When I got home, we took everything that was upstairs, back downstairs, took everything in here, put it downstairs, and he wanted to stay in the basement. And I couldn't figure out what's going on. Why he's got his cousin coming in. He's got a girl who says that she's his cousin.
Okay.
And wants to stay in my daughter's room. Then he's got this other girl, Luna, coming in. She wants to stay here at the house. And I let the people stay because I didn't really care. If they were here, they could watch for me and make sure that I wasn't getting in trouble.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything wrong. So I let them stay. And I weren't sure if it was a setup. So I told them, if I'm being set up, you guys are, going to go to jail. And I called out to the PD, and I had the PD come out, and it's an FBI problem because they're stealing all my movies in my movie collection. I have 4,000 DVDs in here in games. I'm a Blockbuster Video, Hollywood Video. I bought all of them out.
Sure,
I
yeah.
bought, and I've got the
Remember when they
receipts.
closed?
Right, I got the receipts from them signing over all their equipment to me. And then I became a legitimate computer business with the sheriff's office and the PD because Detective Pope is with you guys.
Right.
And when I was being robbed by these people before that were banditos, and I've got all of their info right here, I thought I was going to be killed because she came in and she was doing stuff on my computer, and they brought me a computer with kitty porn on it, and it had a code from the FBI code in there, and I called up the FBI and I told them the code's a 6.
Okay.
So you guys need to do something. And they didn't want to do nothing because it had to do with movies. And nobody wants to mess with movies, which I understand because I own the original software. And if you own the original software and the movie, you're allowed to have a copy. And I own the original DVD X copy before Sony banded it and bought it. And I go down in my basement and I look because we threw all the stuff that had mouse shit and stuff all over it. And people sending me messages saying, it sounds like you're being gang stalked because I was being followed the other day and I got the guy on video and put it to Facebook. I'll put all the videos together for you guys, no problem. And then the insurance company didn't want to pay for stuff. And then I said, I'm going to have to sue you guys. This is ridiculous.
So, Mr. Moore, what happened this morning?
Somebody broke into my gate, went into the trash back there and removed some stuff from the trash. Because when I came in, there was trash all over. The dog had pulled the trash. And I said, where's this trash coming from? The gate was shut. And, you know, this one was open. And then I saw that my door was pried open.
Okay.
And they came in on the porch and they stole, you know, they were stealing stuff off my porch, CF adapters, things for a computer that I built way back in the day that I posted to Facebook, a supercomputer, and a way to burn movies. They took the hard drive, like I said, that had all my top secret information in it in my safe, busted my safe open, took all the stuff.
And this was all today?
No, that was before.
Right,
but these guys, I think, are coming in to do this. They're in on it. Because when I went down in my basement to see what was going on, because the insurance company and the cops told me, well, find out why and what they took. It's my second movie collection that's down in my basement, the copies of my movies.
Okay.
He threw all the covers in the garbage, and they got all the covers out of the garbage.
So did they take anything today?
Yes.
What did they take today?
They took stuff out of the garbage, and I don't know what the hell they were taking.
Okay. But
it was
stuff out of your trash can?
Yeah, out of the trash back there.
Nothing taken out of the residence?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure what was in here that they might have taken. I mean, when they pried the door open, I weren't sure if they took, because like I just told you, they didn't come in this part of my house, so this part is fine.
Okay, so this
right, that's the resident, right.
Okay, I got you.
But this I normally leave open for the dog.
Sure.
But the dog was outside, like I said, and he was going through the garbage, and I had this closed, and all they did was pry this open with the, you can see right there.
Right.
They pried it open.
Okay.
Again, because they'd already done it before, so, but they already had keys, and I changed the lock, and they had my keys, because I think it was these same people, like I told you, they had my keys, because the lock was open.
So when did these people move out of here?
I kicked them out like 3 weeks ago.
And they left willingly, or?
No, well, they did, kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna. I had to threaten them a little bit. Right, I had to threaten them a little bit, and I wasn't happy about that. But I don't want to shoot or kill anybody. I've already said this, and I don't have any of my weapons, so I don't want to hear that crap. Then the insurance company said, "Well, go through your stuff and figure out what's going on." So I did, and I looked at my shed, and they pulled the lock off my shed. Because again, I had it locked, and they ripped the lock off the shed. It had the lock in here with the piece coming out here. The knob was broken, but the piece right here, you'd have had to pry it open just like the door. Okay. So they pried it open. I took the lock off already so I could get into it.
Where was your lock that they ripped off today?
It's in there now.
Okay.
It's in there. I just took it off to see what they were going through in the shed because it was pried open. And yeah, they went through. They knocked over, that shelf. They went through. Look at they were going through my things over there, and then over here in the garbage, where all my movie cases are, that say Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, and they were trying to get me to throw these away, and I was at first going through it, because like I said, I got everything from Blockbuster and Hollywood and the movie gallery. I've got their computer, or their stands, their movie stands that I got from Martha Ramirez's house when she robbed me in 2010.
So this is the trash you found on
Yeah, and look, all the DVD cases and stuff are out here. They wanted them. I figured out what they were doing. They wanted to set up a freaking illegal movie collection, and that's illegal for them to have. They don't have the originals. They have my copies. Only if you have the originals are you allowed to have the copies, and they've got all my copies now. Martha took all my originals in freaking 2011 when she left my house. She took my original CDs. She took my original, and yeah, I was looking to see what else because that Luna Russia Mary girl did all this, and she did all this stuff in my basement.
So, what time did you notice what time was that door secured?
8 o'clock this morning.
When you left, right?
Yeah.
And what time did you get back?
10.
Okay. Well, it's 5 to 10 now. It's not even 10 o'clock.
No, so it had to be like 9:30. Whatever time it was, I called you guys because I called I called and I noticed that. And I called and I noticed that my gate was open, and the only way that could have happened is if they had my keys. We'll go around the front because this door's all jacked up.
Yeah.
They jacked it. See, they jacked it all up from frickin'. I have to fix that. I was going through this stuff, figuring out, because there's the shelves for the movies. Like I said, and these are movie racks. These had all my movies on them back in the day at Martha's house. And even the cop that came when I got out of jail said, "Oh yeah, I thought you were living at Martha's still." And I said, "No, I'm not at Martha's." And I told him, that my safe was had a $10,000 Rolex in it, but it didn't. And I told them, because I wanted to see if they would tell the truth. They told me that there was no, that there was a search warrant. Then they said there wasn't. Then they said, oh, the FBI might have done it. And I got all that video.
When you said that they said there was a
The
search
PD.
warrant. Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, PD said there was a search warrant for my house because I couldn't find a search warrant, and it was in the basement. Glenn found it.
Close that for me real
Yeah.
quick, please. Oh, yeah, okay. So, Mr. Moore, is this the damage right here?
Yes.
Also? Okay.
They took a screwdriver or something
Gotcha.
and
Sure.
pried into this, so it popped it out. And I didn't notice that when I got home because I thought, it wasn't like that when I got home. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
So, you have your ID handy?
Yeah. And my other movie collection was in the basement, and they stole it.
When was that, though? When did they steal that?
That was when they were going through all my stuff, right? And I was trying to figure out what this Luna Russian Mary girl was doing.